So let me start off by saying that I personally endorse Naya Young for the upcoming special District 5 election. She's a new school, next generation thinker. And let me tell you why it's important that we embrace the young. So, as you know, I have a workshop that's coming up, and it's called Generation Z, with a focus on East and Silver Springs. New leaders that are coming up in order to lead their communities. They tend to be 35 and under. So let me show you the response that I'm getting so far to this workshop and the interest that's being taken place. So far, we've had over 676 folks to inquire about this class that's coming up in October. And again, we're still into early October. Look who's interested in this class. And this bring home our point that there's a leadership hunger in our community for young leaders to step up. If you look at these particular numbers, when we look at the age group that's interested in the class, well over 87% are between the ages of 35 and 44. There's a shift in who represent them. And that shift is the young people in both East Tampa and Silver Springs. The population is a large population of individuals that's under 35 years of age, or this a little bit above it. There is a new school of thought, a new generation of leaders that are coming up. Those that are taking part in this upcoming workshop, that are coming from both East Tampa and Silver Springs, are going to be part of a 14-week intense course on taking their leadership role. Let's look at what are some of the things that they're going to learn. So they're going to be learning how to do affordable housing development, both from the front and back door. You have to understand real estate. These young leaders are going to learn about program design. They're going to learn about grassroots organizing and mobilizing, economic development, artificial intelligence, negotiation with leaders, with lenders, with investors, with politicians, with nonprofits and others. You have to be able to directly speak the language of the person that you're talking about. These new leaders will understand public-private decision deal making that put them in the path to lead their community. I never expect this response so early on in the game. There's a hunger of young people coming from Silver Spring and East Tampa that wants to take that leadership role. Now let's look at the numbers related to Naya Young and the response that she's getting as a result of a post that we did stating that we represent her for the upcoming District 5 election. So here's a post that I did showing that I voted for Naya Young. And I start off the title with New School Next Generation Leaders. As you can see, over 846 individuals have viewed this. I want you to take this into proper respect. 846, multiply that time 3, 4, 5 times. This election is going to be dominated by those young people who are Generation Z or just above Generation Z that are coming out. And they're coming out strong for Naya Young as well. And this is just the beginning. The only words of wisdom that I have for Naya, make sure you understand CRA. Make sure you understand the community benefit agreement, and make sure you understand the opportunity zone among the different economic strategies. With a new school of thought coming to the table, you can change the narrative as to how do we deal with economic development in order to uplift a community that's suffering. There's never been a time for a leader more so than now. We cannot continue to expect doing the same thing and expecting a different outcome. That definition of insanity is doing the same thing and doing the same thing and expecting a different result. You see the numbers here, 846. And we just beginning. Those numbers are going to roll out. Not only are we bringing out the young people, but we're making sure we're bringing them out in large numbers. And they heard me in the presentation that I made a couple weeks ago when I cried out and I said, young people, this is your election to lose. You can go with the same old, or elect a new school, next generation approach. I take my hat off to Naya. I take my hat off to all the young people that are coming out. That workshop that we have coming out up in October, it's going to change the whole narrative. We're going to be looking at training anywhere from 15 to 20 Generation Z coming from Silver Spring in East Tampa to take those communities to the next level. This is going to be some of the most prepared young people in Tampa. Unlike the Nonprofit Leadership Center that uses a top-down approach, what we're doing with leadership is teaching young people the bottom-up approach, a total new mindset. I'm looking forward to what's coming with the young people. I made about 2 or 3 weeks, dude. 2 or 3 weeks, I cried out and said, young people, this is yours to lose. Yours to lose. And look at them. They're coming back. So, again, I support Naya Young. She's going to change the narrative and prepare us for the next generation. She's also a critical and creative thinker. She understands that best practices and data-driven strategies is what's going to get us to where we need to be at. And all the problems that's coming down the pipeline, and there's a lot of problems that's going to be coming down the pipeline, she's in a position to understand being data-driven. What are the best practices from around the nation to use in this new crisis that we're facing now? Naya Young, I support you 100%. Go out there, do what you got to do, bring it home, and let people know that it's time for the young people It's time for the young people. You know, there are those who maintain that we need to make sure that we elect someone that is experienced. I beg to differ from that, to differ with that. I beg to differ with that. And I say it's because of these experienced career politicians that we're in the position that we're in. Naya will do well. She's a fast learner. She's taking it to the next level. This election is so important because it's going to inspire other young people to come out and be part of the political process. And we're just beginning. Over the next couple of months, we're going to see a new generation of leaders taking that torch and leading us to the next generation. I applaud the young people because you came out and you're still coming out in numbers. I'm looking for these numbers to go crazy. I'm looking for this election to be, I'm looking for the young people to take part in this election like no other time before. I'm looking for the marginalized individuals and communities that are tired of the same old from politicians year after year after year. It's time for a new school, next generation leader. And Naya is ready to do what she has to do to take us to the next generation or to take us to a new and prosperous perspective. Thank you, Naya. I encourage you to stay strong. If you need me in any way for prep for your upcoming debates, let me know. In a heartbeat, I'll give you some pointers. But I know you're good at what you do, and I know your team is good at what they do. But if you need me, count on me. We could definitely set up something where I can give you some pointers to take this election. Young people, it's your time.